All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Port Canaveral. We've got ourselves a 4-ship Sunday here. We got a little bit of a slower day today, but nonetheless still a pretty good one. Hope you guys are excited for an awesome afternoon of sailaways here on Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, everybody, for those who celebrate. And yeah, I hope we're all excited for an awesome set of sailaways here. We've got the Carnival Venezia here at cruise terminal number 3. She's actually dropping lines right now, actually, as we speak. And she's going to be our 3:30 departure this afternoon. Then we've got the Star of the Seas, the world's largest cruise ship, back at cruise terminal number 1. She's going to be sailing away at 4:30 this afternoon. And then Norwegian Prima back at cruise terminal number 6 today. And she's a 6 o'clock departure, with Vision of the Seas being a, I believe, 9 o'clock departure down at cruise terminal number 10. But I hope everybody's excited for an awesome set of sailaways this afternoon. We've got Jay, the Boys Who Ride is on Star. Awesome. Stu, what's going on? Darlene, hi Alex. What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are all excited for an awesome set of sailaways this afternoon. Again, Venezia is already dropping her lines, so let's go ahead and zoom in just on the bow of her real quick. We'll probably catch those lines dropping here any second now, or those next set. Yes, love Star of the Seas. Yes, I'm so excited to see her. Honestly, seeing that ship every single weekend, I feel like, is the coolest thing ever. She fits in amazing. Treasure Your Destiny, what's going on? Kit, yeah, a little hazy, but overall good weather today. Kind of warm. I will say I've been here since like 11 o'clock this morning because I didn't really know how crazy Jetty Park would be, which it was insane at least when I got here, but it seems to not be too bad. But being Easter and spring break, I kind of wanted to make sure I got in. So I got here super early today. Andre, what's up from Long Beach, California? Awesome. Hope you enjoy your cruise. My buddy Justin's actually just landed at LAX this morning as well. He's spending his honeymoon in California for Disneyland. That's what he's doing. But he was sending me pictures of like the Carnival Horizon, or not the Carnival Horizon, but Carnival Panorama was docked over in Long Beach today. He was sending me pictures of it from the plane. It's pretty cool. Vision came in at 8. Nice. Yeah, it was a little. She's always really early with some of these. Anthony, hello. It's a packed house today. Honestly, there's not too many places for people to park and set up here nearby anyway, so we'll be good on that side. Frab, hello. Looks like no shirtless copper tone commercial for today. Oh, that was so funny. That was hilarious. Yep. Nice, beautiful day here. For those just tuning in, we've got the Carnival Venezia that we're looking at right now. She is getting ready to drop line. She's already dropped a couple, but let me know that you guys are enjoying the stream today by hitting that like button. It lets me know you guys are having a good time, and it lets YouTube know to recommend this to more people. And also be sure to subscribe if you're checking us out for the first time. We do this every single weekend. Other than next weekend, we're going to be on board the brand new Norwegian Luna next week, and we'll be live streaming from that ship pretty much all week, as long as the internet is good. But we are in for a lot and lots of cruise ship live stream type content. What's new? New rumors in the cruise world. It was really just Hero for the longest time. There's really not a whole lot going on at the moment. Norwegian Aura is progressing quite nicely, and she should be floating out probably the next 1 to 2 months, hopefully. So Norwegian Aura is pretty far along, thankfully. There's nothing really too crazy lately. Not near I-4. Looks like a lot of traffic near Disney from... Oh, I can only imagine how bad the... I can only imagine how bad I-4 is right now. Tina Moniz, hello, welcome. Praying they have some ship models in this cruise going straight to the souvenir shop as soon as they open. After the... Oh my God. Oh, that's right. You didn't get the Explorer ones. Oh, cool. The lines are dropped. Yeah, Carnival's usually pretty good with those. They had a ton when I was on Venezia last year. So hopefully Firenze is the same. Yeah, I am interested to see what changes they're making to Seashore. She's typically here today, which is kind of odd not seeing her. Very odd not seeing Seashore today, but yeah, I'm interested to see if they do change anything. Usually anything over 2 weeks in a dry dock makes you think that maybe something will be added, or maybe they're just spending a little extra time on it. But it'll be interesting to see what they do. You end up buying Explorer on eBay? Oh, that stinks you had to buy it on eBay. At least you got one, though.
Top of line, Port Canaveral, off C, officer in traffic, center line, channel 12 for Carnival Venezia. And on the sheriff's boat, Unit Sierra. Good afternoon.
Thank you for those departure times. You're on Star in the Dome. Oh, nice, awesome.
Got my eyes on now.
Have a great cruise. Have a great cruise on board Star. That ship is unbelievable. More transatlantics would be kind of cool. I noticed, like, with those icon ones, I remember seeing a comment. Maybe. Hold on.
For pilots, go. Very good. Just to give you estimated time of departure is going to be 4:30. Copy 1630 departure time. The pilot will arrive shoreside 15 minutes prior to departure time. 15 minutes before, thank you.
Yeah, I remember seeing like a comment. I think it may have been yours. Oh, there she goes. About Hero doing a... about the Hero possibly doing some transatlantics. That would be really cool to have, but I know they're not doing it. It seems like they're only doing them on Legend. Ooh, 17th. Okay, so that means that Prima might be a little early at 5:30. Sweet. All right, where's the remote? All right, Venezia is coming off the dock. Yeah, no transatlantic for Hero. Yes, very much quieter today. It's a cruiser's dream to have bright line connection from Orlando Airport to Port Canaveral. Oh, that would be nice. It would be very nice. Very convenient for sure. I know that's like in their plans. They want to do it. I don't know how far along they are with those ideas and planning, but they want to. All right. Roll the sleeves up today, so I don't have a farmer's tan. Gotta tan the spaghetti noodles. Where's my kid? He's not here today. I'm assuming he's probably spending some time with family today. All right. All right. She did give me coffee this morning, yes. We went to Starbucks. Stopped by on my way out this morning. Alrighty, here we go. First ship underway, the Carnival Venezia. Any cruises planned with Justin? Not at the moment. Now that he is married, he's on a little bit of a shorter leash. So I don't really get a whole lot to say, but I know we've been wanting to plan a few things, and I think we're just kind of waiting on things to kind of calm down in his life, after getting married 2 weeks ago. Yes, we're definitely wanting to cruise together a lot more often. We're trying to get back into that. I think it's just trying to let his life calm down a little bit. Yep, easy push away today. I have a kid and it's like, it's all over from there. Yep, wind's pushing in everybody's favor today, I guess, except for Prima's. But yes, great conditions this afternoon for sure. Tina, oh my God, thank you so much for the happy Easter. Thank you so much for the super chat. Happy Easter. Oscar, what's going on? Pookie. The lighting is great today, actually. Let's just zoom out just a smidge for us here. There we go. She's looking great today. All these ships are looking great today. Yeah, we got the one horn as she came off the dock, but yeah, we haven't really been getting any horns lately. Not as they're coming off the dock, at least. Yeah, she looks great. Andre, now that you mention that, one of the few differences that I've noticed between Venezia and Firenze is that if you look at the bridge on Venezia, it's got all the white lines between all the window panes. Firenze is actually solid black, and it looks a lot better, actually. That's like one of the few differences between those two ships. You're gonna look for that different. How long is your cruise on Firenze? Is it a 4 or a 5 day? Isn't that what she normally runs out there? Alrighty. Big leagues now, 200 subs. Nice job. Nice. Ooh, there goes my chair. Ah. All right, we'll catch up with the chat here momentarily as the Venezia comes by. But I hope you guys are enjoying the sail away so far. All right, let's zoom in. There we go. Alrighty. Family Guy, hello, hello. Happy Easter. Yes, Costa does have some really good colors. Travel with Chase. Oh, Chase, how's it going? On Venezia. Cool, nice. Hope you have a great cruise. Have a great cruise. Prima 6 announcement fall 2026. Yeah, okay, I can see that. That lines up. That'll be cool. That'll be great. Glad to see that one finally get revealed. I'm sure they're going to start doing stuff for their next gen project too. There she goes. Out to sea. All right. Did I miss anything in the chat? Bro's shaders on today. I honestly, I need to get like a little canopy tent or some sort of umbrella here at some point. It was brutal today. Prima 6 is actually under construction already. They didn't really announce it or anything. They're kind of very quiet and subtle, but the steel has been cut, or at least like the first bits of steel. So I mean, she's pretty far along. Surprised when you applied to your comment about the 2-day cruise on Harmony. I never expected Royal Caribbean to offer something like that. Yeah, I think it's just mostly because Harmony is just on like such a weird schedule. Because she'll do full 7-night cruises that are from Saturday to Saturday, but then there's sometimes it's like she'll do random 4 nights, a random 5, and then sometimes there's a random 2 in there. So it's definitely very random on how they're doing the scheduling on that, but it is pretty sweet though. The only reason I'm not on one of those 2 nights is because I'm on a 5-night already on it, but that would be pretty sweet. All right, we're gonna zoom in on Star of the Seas there as we wait for our next one. So let's see here. Walmart and Academy have cheap ones. Yeah, I need to hop in there and grab one. Teresa, hello. Happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic holiday today. Engines are all in on Festival. Yes, that would be awesome. Or that is awesome. Yeah, they're already in there, and she's coming along quite nicely as well. There's a lot of really good ships coming out really soon. What's the rumor name for Prima 6? She'll be the ultimate version of the Prima class. I'll give you that. The ultimate Prima class ship. Brandon Grandiosa have exited the talking stage. It's not my fault all these ships are so good. Make sure you get something to weigh the legs down. Yeah. Yeah, it'll definitely send it out in the harbor for sure. About the 2 nights, like, do we even go anywhere? Stay? I mean, might as well just stay around. If they could do cruises to nowhere, I bet you they would. Star does have a bigger aft, you're right. Be on Festival when it comes into Canaveral for the first time, May 17, 27. Nice, that's awesome. I've been looking into it. I kind of want to do it. I just can't. There's already too much on my schedule for next year, unfortunately. I think I've kind of already filled it out for the most part. I might be able to throw something in for September, August or September, maybe Hero, perhaps, but probably not. But for next year, yeah, we've got January, April, June, and November already. Run into traffic on the way home? Not on the way home, actually. I made it all the way home with zero traffic, which is fantastic. The complete opposite of what it was getting out here yesterday. I'm very excited for World Atlantic, absolutely. Yeah, that one's gonna be sweet to have here. '28 will fill out too, probably Hero, Oasis 7, and Icon 5. Yeah. If I'd like to get on Hero next year if I can fit it in. I think I don't want to do 3 nights on an Icon class because I want to spend a full week on there, but I think just given like the amount of time off that I'm probably going to be having around that time next year, it's probably best if I do the 3-night if I want to go on the ship. So that might be the most likely case here, but we'll see. Just because I've already got Aura's maiden, or Aura's, I guess, in Miami inaugural that I'm on is going to take up a full week, and then the World Atlantic is going to also take up a full week. So I'm going to have to make sure I have enough for the little ones throughout the year. February, April, June, and November next year. Yeah. And yeah, probably. Yeah, 3-night is better than no cruise at all. You're absolutely right there. That's true though. Prima 6 will be 28 as well. So Prima 6, Oasis 7, and Icon 5, all in the same year. I guess that's what I'm doing in 28. Mom, did you book Hero? Oh, were you? Oh, I think I know which one you booked. When is my next cruise? My next cruise is on board Norwegian Luna in 6 days. This time next week, we will be out at sea on board the brand new Norwegian Luna. So very, very excited. We're doing an Eastern Caribbean cruise. We're going to Puerto Plata, Tortola, St. Thomas, and Great Stirrup Key for a 7-day cruise. Extremely. You're booking on Oasis? Ooh, very nice. That's true. I guess that's only just a few days away for you too. What is Oasis 7? I don't know any names as of right now, or any rumored names either for Oasis 7. So we'll see. Yes, very excited for Luna. Excited to finally see the ship too. I know I've kind of skipped out on going down to Miami to go see it for the sake of, me already being booked on it. So we'll get to see her for the first time pretty soon. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully the Wi-Fi is good. I think it'll be fine, especially on a new ship. I think it'll be good. That's one large single black cloud out in the distance. That doesn't look too good. Have I been on? Yeah, I've been on both Icon and Star. So that's kind of why I want to do Hero as well, because I've kind of hit all of them pretty early, or all the Icon class so far pretty early on. So I kind of want to do Hero as well. I did meet Rover on Icon. I met Rover, and I didn't get to see Sailor at all on Star. Yes, Wish is most likely heading. I don't know where she's going to, but she's going over to Europe for her dry dock, or her first dry dock, and then she's going to do a summer season over in Europe. And Disney Dream is going to replace her for the summer, but that fall season is when Disney Believe comes out, and she's going to be replacing Wish / Dream on the 3 and 4 nights. As they don't ever stop building. Yeah, I know. There's gonna be 7 of them by the end of the decade. Insane. Insane to think about. 5 are confirmed, 2 more options, and the way that the amount of popularity that they've got going behind these ships, these icon ships, there's no way they're not gonna do the 6th or the 7th one. Keeping up pretty good so far though. Ooh, the temperatures just dropped too. I bet you that's a big storm that's heading our way. That's not good. It says clear. Let's check the other app. We're in the clear. That's heading southwest, so we might be in the clear on that. There's a giant dark cloud over to the right-hand side of the camera here. You want to Dream in 2019? Nice. I hear that the Disney Dream is one of the nicest ones still. Are they one of the best Disney ships still? Future booking decisions are only going to get harder with all the new classes debuting in 20. I know. So I've voiced my frustrations with Carnival before, but I would love to go on Project Ace. I feel like that one's probably, if I was gonna put any on the back burner, it would probably be that one, because, you know, the whole loyalty thing that they got going on. I think, in my opinion, I'd probably rather do the Discovery class and the first Project New Era from NCL. But I guess they're technically 29 is Discovery and Ace, so we'll see. We'll see how they impress us with Project Ace. Right, exactly. I think the thing is that there's always so many people that say they want smaller cruise ships, but when they try to offer what people are used to on a smaller ship, there's just too much and too little of a space, and I think that's the biggest flaw behind the Prima. I think her and Viva both have worked out a lot of those issues and kind of done a little bit better managing the space and all that, but you know, and I think Aqua and Luna also have, you know, expanded a lot of the areas being bigger and kind of grown upon that. And I think Aura and Prima 6 will be the best versions of the Prima class and how they should have been from the start. But I think it's, as much as people want the smaller ships, they're just not really the way to go these days. And it's all about profits. These are for-profit companies, so they're looking to maximize their dollar. The shareholders are wanting to maximize their dollars. So, I mean, it's a tough predicament to be in, for sure. Can't believe there were some of these lines charging drinks, Wi-Fi, 7-day celebrity for 2 adults, $2,900 in a balcony, 14. That's crazy. Oh, that's right. New Frontiers is in 2032. Yeah, and you got all these new world-class ships coming out too still. I have not been on Disney Destiny. Sports with Charles, what's going on? Welcome in. Took me a minute to catch up on the chat, but how's it going? Or in Prima 6 will be what the others should have been. Yeah, probably from the start, but I think long-term, Prima and Viva are going to be very successful long-term, I feel like, because they're eventually going to serve a really specific and good role within the fleet, being they are a little bit on the smaller side. But yeah, I don't think there's anything bad personally about those ships. I mean, they definitely have their ups and downs, but overall, I think they're great ships. If Ace comes to Canaveral, I bet you won't be able to resist going out. Yeah, exactly. Especially seeing it every weekend, that would be sweet. I'm interested to see if they're going to do Canaveral or Miami. It depends on what they do with Tropical and where they put that. That's the 5th XL ship, but Ace would either come here or go to Miami for 7 nights, I'm assuming. But we'll have to see. I mean, the XL class did really impress me when I sailed on Mardi Gras. It's more of just a carnival overall type of thing. And it's not necessarily that I don't like the ships or anything like that. I think they're all great. I think it's more of just, company things. They could do better, but I think they're holding themselves back. Ace, yes. That is the name of the next generation Carnival ships. But I would be very, very much interested in going on those, though. I'm assuming we're going to get some news on those soon, too, because probably later on this year, at least. Probably still a little too early now, but give it 9 to 12 months. It'll probably come around time for them to start releasing everything. I know Tropical will probably get a lot of news soon. Infinite balconies. Yeah, I like what MSC does with them more than what Royal has done with them, because so they have them available on the world class ships, but they classify those as window cabins, not balconies. Which I think those are kind of more in line with a window than a balcony, just because most of the time you're probably not going to need to have the thing down. That's actually one of the rooms. It was one of the rooms I have on World America later this year, though, is that infinite ocean view room. Infinite humidity. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Goddess of the Seas for next icon ship. That would be an interesting name. I'm wondering how. I mean, I'm kind of running out of ideas of what they could do to continue on. Like, icon, star, legend, hero. I mean, those are all kind of in the same category. I'm wondering what else they could do. If you guys hear that in the background, that's not a seagull, that's a dog. That squealing in the background is a dog, not a bird. I thought it was a bird. I just stood up and I see a dog hanging out the back of a truck. Alrighty. Well, now we sit and wait. How long to recoup the investment of building new ships? That's a good question, actually. I've never actually run the numbers on something like that, but it would be really interesting. I know they leverage the debt by, by financing all of these. Over time, I'm assuming they would pay them off. Wave to you, sadly. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see you. How do you find the bridge wing? Go to deck number 9. Deck number 9 and go all the way to the front. Through the cabin corridors, go all the way to the front. Notice you missed a ship in your watch list today. It's the Victory Rest Bucket set for photobomb at 6 p.m. That's so true. I think they make it back really quick on Icon. Yeah, I agree. They're such huge cash cows. So it's you know what? I would love to actually run the numbers. Me being the finance nerd, I might look into something like try to throw something into like an Excel file and kind of like come up with like a ballpark estimate of what the ship costs versus how much they sail. Obviously, there's operating expenses, but as far as like the actual investment on the cruise, would be very interesting to try out. Disney Treasure broke even the first 3 months of cruising. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, they just profit from the high prices. Yeah, I think the net revenue of it all, yes, it's like when you start to take into consideration all the operating expenses, that's usually when you know the the profits kind of dwindle a little bit because you got to pay for fuel is extremely expensive. I just saw a dolphin. The fuel's expensive. The generators. You gotta all the supplies like as far as food, drinks, staffing, all that type of thing, all the salaries, stuff like that. Would definitely taking into consideration. But like overall revenue from one sailing is probably a pretty good chunk. And these Icon class cost 1.5 billion a piece. They have a lot of cash. Yeah, Royal and MSC are probably one of the more better off cruise lines right now financially. Well, MSC just kind of does what they want to do with the money that they make off the cargo business. NCL and Carnival are doing fine. I think Carnival's probably not that they're bad off, but I know they carried a lot of debt coming out of COVID due to the massive fleet size. They took on so much debt during COVID, and I think they're just still kind of working on recouping that. But I feel like NCL's in good shape. Their strategy hasn't been nearly as aggressive though. They've been the opposite of Royal Caribbean and MSC. Those two are pouring money into the ships, pouring money into new builds, and being extremely aggressive, trying to take as much of the market share as they can. And then 2 billion. Actually, you know what? It is 2 billion a piece. And 1.5, I think, was the Oasis class. But yes, 2 billion a piece was the Icon class. You're right. But but yeah, the MSC and Royal Caribbean have been pouring money in and trying to be as aggressive as possible to grow the market share. Whereas NCL, especially with the Prima class, but NCL overall their strategy has been more of a slow burn. In 5 to 10 years type, in 5 to 10 years we're going to be doing really, really well. And it's like, well, in 5 to 10 years, everybody else is going to be leaving you in the dust. And that's kind of where the investor frustration was, whenever they kicked out the CEO back in February. But I think NCL is in good shape to be aggressive. They just aren't aggressive. Touchy, Jaco, what's going on? Touchy subject with the cruise industry is related to whether cruise members are paid fairly. It all comes down to exchange rates as well. Sometimes with the exchange rates, the US dollar is worth so much money in some of these countries that they're from. So, like, it's not necessarily, trade off. Like, for the American worker, terrible pay for an American worker. But sometimes for some of these, whether it's the Philippines or just anywhere over in Asia or some of the European countries that they come from, like Romania and all of that, sometimes the exchange rates are a little bit better and more favorable to where it's not quite as bad pay as it compared to like a US dollar. But yeah. It is a lot of work though. The working conditions aren't necessarily great, but at the same time sometimes it's better to do that anyways. NCL Holdings has ordered a lot of ships. Yes, exactly. I think as soon as that new CEO stepped in, they ordered a 5th ship for that new era class that they've got coming, which they've got to be pretty confident on that. They're going to start ordering more of them before they're even out or even get a public reaction from them. They've got to be really confident in that. So I'm really excited to see those. I'm going to try to be on one of those as soon as I can, like as soon as they come out, for sure. Last Butler was able to buy his mom a pharmacy business with what he made on the. Exactly. That's awesome. That's actually really cool. But yeah, sometimes we don't necessarily think of it, but I mean, exchange rates are a big deal as well. Now it depends on how much things actually cost over there. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Like the world of like the behind the scenes and the numbers and the finance side of it all. It's very intriguing. Like as a business, how these cruise lines operate. Not only just like seeing the ships, like what we see as the cruise ships, like sailing as passengers, like we don't see any of that. But like actually operating as a business is like very intriguing. Um, because I mean, each of these new ships. I mean, again, the Icon class are about 2 billion a piece, billion with a B. I mean, the average new build these days costs at least $1 to $1.5 billion. I mean, that's a lot of money, and you're ordering 5 to 6 of these things. So I mean, it's very crazy to think about. Svetlana, hello. What's going on? Yes, happy Easter. Happy Easter. Okay, I'm actually looking up like the operating expense topic that we were talking about earlier. So, let's see if I can find the number here. So Q3 2023 is the example I'm looking at here. Royal Caribbean spent 5.9 billion on operating expenses alone for 3 months. That seems really high, but interesting. Yeah. When does the Grandiosa come back? Your daughter would like to try it. The Grandiosa, so she's back. She leaves to go to Europe on the 18th, and then she comes back in November of this year, and then she'll remain here in Port Canaveral permanently, doing 7 nights, and then eventually, once World Atlantic arrives, she'll move to 3s and 4s. That's a ship I'd actually like to go on again once she moves to those 3s and 4 nights, which would be kind of nice. Seashore was due for dry dock when even the lights were out in the yacht club and they weren't fixing them. That's crazy. So actually, when I sailed on Seashore, there were broken glass panels all over the place. There was like part of the open, or the part of the top deck on the port side was blocked off. So like you had to go, literally to get from like the top 19 area in the front, you had to go back, cut through the water park, and then down even further down the deck, and then down and then back in, because that one side was blocked off. Something happened with the generator that was back there apparently. But yeah, Seashore was in rough shape when I went on it. But it seemed like she was in better shape shortly after, so it must have been a rough crowd or something. But like the little infinity bridge down on, what is it, deck number 8? Deck number 8, that little outdoor infinity bridge that they have. One of the panels on the floor were broken, so they had that blocked off. One of the glass panels, like on the actual atrium going up the side of the ship, that was broken. It was wild, actually. World America is estimated to have been 1.1 billion, so perhaps that explains how they can offer lower fares. Yeah, so the biggest thing for MSC as well is their cargo business. Is that MSC, as the actual shipping company, is the largest shipping company in the world, and so they're generating extreme amounts of money from the cargo business to then dump into the cruise ships, because the cruise ships are essentially just kind of their play money, which is why they're able to just continuously build even more and more and offer such low fares. I'd be very curious to see if they've actually been profitable at their cruise fare prices that they've been offering lately, because they're very cheap. Brick Executive, what's going on? Hello, hello. Good to see you. So the industry is more or less heading into building the next bigger ship. Exactly. Honestly, the larger the ship, the more people, the more profits. But obviously, the larger the ship, more operating costs. But usually, they tend to offset each other a little bit. So, and people seem to heavily favor the mega ships as well. There's a lot of people out there that want the smaller ones, that like the smaller ships, but at the same time, the biggest profits are coming from the mega ships. Grandiosa leaves Port Canaveral for the last time April 18th, comes back November 14th. Yeah, fuel prices are interesting. So this hasn't affected anything here in the U.S., but I've seen that there's a few small shipping companies or like cruise companies in China. These are very small, so I wouldn't think anything of it at the moment. But they're actually charging fuel surcharges to passengers right now, which is kind of insane. But yeah, I mean, as of right now, sometimes what the cruise companies will do is that they're gonna hedge a little bit with their fuel prices, and they'll lock in fuel prices at a certain price for X amount of months. And so it could have been, I don't know if that's what they were doing or not, but that's sometimes what they do. But at some point, if they stay the way they are, I'm sure we're going to start seeing it. If it continues long term at the prices that they're at right now. Cost me over $50 to fill up my little Honda Civic. I'm sure it's going to cost a lot more than that to fill up Star of the Seas. But yes, fuel prices as of now don't seem to be making too many problems. But if it continues and it prolongs itself, then it may become a bigger problem down the road. I was happy with Oasis class being the largest. I feel like they've gotten too big. Yeah, I think Icon class is basically about as. I know they're gonna get bigger than Icon, of course, but that, like, for me, like that's just like kind of it's fine. Like, I don't think going any bigger is gonna lead to much, additional things, I guess. With Hero replacing Icon in Miami, how long do you think until Star gets replaced by the newer Icon? It could be that they're just kind of cycling them out, the 3 major Florida cruise ports with all of them. So it could be that we get the 5th one. That would be interesting to see. Sadly, the way fuel is run as a commodity, if a bird farts on an oil rig somewhere, it affects gas prices somewhere. That's so true, though. Don't give cruise lines the idea about charging for luggage as airlines. Oh, what a scam. I know. What time the ship's leaving? It's up in the pin chat, but we just had our first one leave a little bit ago. The Venezia was at 3:30. Star of the Seas will be leaving in about 15 minutes time here. And then our final ship of the day, Norwegian Prima, will be at 6 o'clock. Just sailed Star of the Seas Thanksgiving week 25. Best ship around so far. I definitely agree with that. As much as as much as they are expensive, those Icon class are worth the price. Especially if it's only, if you're gonna splurge one time a year on a big cruise, do an Icon class. They're incredible. Obviously, budget's a big factor into that. If you don't have the budget to do that, then maybe not. But if you've got the money, give it a try. Coop, what's going on? Still amazed the cruise industry made it back from the pandemic. It bounced back 1,000 times stronger than anybody ever imagined. That's the crazy part. That is the crazy part. I don't think anybody imagined the cruise industry would be where it's at right now, sitting in COVID 5 years ago. There's how puckered up they had to have been, shut down their entire means of generating cash while having to continue to pay notes and all the expensive shit. Exactly. Like, that's why Carnival is in so much debt coming out of COVID, is because they had 100 ships, literally over 100 ships in their fleet, across all of their brands, and they had to pay the operating expenses for that. I mean, you're talking billions of dollars every quarter just to operate, and they're not making any revenue. But these days, yeah, I mean, I think Royal came out stronger than anybody. I think MSC is not too far behind, but I think Royal didn't have much of a choice because they had Odyssey and Wonder well under construction. They had the Icon basically in the early phases, and of construction and development, or like late stage development, early construction. So yeah, like Royal was set up the best. They had no other choice basically than to just suck it up and try it and see how it goes. And it worked out really well for them. That big rig, Star of the Seas. Remaining cruise ships, we got Star of the Seas, 4:30, Prima, 6 o'clock, Vision at 9. Utopia of the Seas, next for you. Never been on a weekend cruise before, May 15th. Nice. Utopia's a fantastic ship. I've been on her twice. I'm actually on Seaside that weekend. I'm on MSC Seaside the 15th of May. But the Utopia is a fantastic ship. That's one of the best ships out there, especially for the weekend cruises. It's a lot of ship for a short amount of time, but it's an amazing time. It's an amazing ship. You're on Symphony. The week Royal put the last ship back into service. They threw a big party. Oh, wow, that's really cool. Royal's not the first company to sail again. I knew Grandiosa. Yeah, Grandiosa actually did start first. She was in Europe, though. I think her and I think Virtuosa. I know Grandiosa for sure, but Virtuosa possibly as well. But MSC was the first one to start up. They just started overseas out of Italy, though. Yes, Vision OTS of the Seas. Vision is just there. Little guy. But Star's our next one up here in about 15 minutes. Cruise lines leasing ships, as it happens in the airline industry? I don't think so. I've never heard of that, actually. Yeah, I guess it's harder to like repurpose a ship. Usually, I mean, the cruise ships stay around for so long. Yeah, I think it's better for them just to finance and buy them outright than do a lease. But I think it's a little easier for airlines to do that, though. I couldn't imagine Royal Caribbean saying, "All right, our lease is up on Star of the Seas, so we're gonna let it go," and then Carnival picks it up. You know what I mean? Virtuoso was the first. Okay, I knew it was one of those two. For those who are just now tuning in, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're just checking us out for the first time, we do this every single weekend. We're even going to be doing live streams starting next week on board the brand new Norwegian Luna, checking that ship out for the first time. And of course, be sure to leave a like on today's stream. Lets me know that you're having a great time and enjoying the stream here. So be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below and definitely hit subscribe if you don't already and you enjoy these cruise ship live streams. Carnival will trash it the first week. That's crazy. Virtuosa is sweet. I'd like to go on Virtuosa. The Carnival crowd went to IKEA, bought their furniture. That's like for their interior on the rooms. Yeah, I mean, the new ships have very nice furniture. The new ships are very well done. The older ships are extremely dated. But some of them are getting a little bit better with dry dock updates, but overall I feel like the new ships are decorated quite well though. Very generic, very modern look to them, but kind of generic, but they look nice. Caleb, what's going on? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you here? Also, I'm excited for Luna next week, buddy. Have you tried jet skiing in Great Stirrup? I have not, actually. It does look fun, though. I've done it in Coco Cay. I'm probably at Chili's. Oh, dude, I should get Chili's on the way home today. You know what? Thank you. I'm going to Chili's. I'm having myself a triple dipper tonight. Woo-wee. Myself a triple dipper, some free chips and salsa. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a good night. Chris Carnival is asleep on their success for years, and the competition is slowly getting a piece of the market. Slowly, yeah, that's my thing too. Carnival is literally like the largest cruise line in the world. I think they still kind of have that title because of how many different brands that they own. But like they were like the most popular for so long, for as long as I can remember, and just ever since COVID, they just like haven't had it.
For the next one, what's your status? We're on the edge of tow there, Cap. We're working.
Book a cruise. Ooh, don't tempt me with a good time. I
I'm
might
sorry,
be.
misunderstood you. You're out there in the middle of the channel working, is that right? Negative, we're right on the edge of the channel.
Mario Kart tonight? Perhaps. I was actually playing Mario Kart while I was here waiting on the ships to, or waiting for the stream to start.
The greens. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we'll give you a shot here shortly.
I'm down for Mario Kart.
Security, Star of the Seas, dropping lines, getting away from Port Canaveral, middle basin, headed outbound for sea. Concern traffic, come up channel 12, Star of the Seas. Security, Star of the Seas, dropping lines, getting away from Port Canaveral, middle basin, headed outbound for sea. Concern traffic, come up channel 12, Star of the Seas.
Booking Norwegian Bliss. Where the heck are you going on Norwegian Bliss? Isn't that over in California? Encore and Getaway are both anchored there. Oh wow, that's great. Actually, we got a message. I think they're permanently, not permanently, but like for the time being, they're doing no docking there in Great Stirrup Cay. We just got a note or an email the other day from Norwegian for our Luna cruise next week, and they said the dock will be open. It's just that we're not docking there, so they can continue construction on it. So we're going to be tendering next week on Luna for Great Stirrup Cay. Bliss goes to New York somewhere this year. Ooh, that'd be cool. They do need to finish that pier, I agree. Haven't done a Tinder in quite some time. Always interesting experience. Yeah, they. Oh, I did see the Luna power outage the other day. That was crazy. Um, yeah, when I did Norwegian Star 2 months ago now, I'm about to sneeze. When I did Norwegian Star 2 months ago, well, we docked. We got off docked, but then we got back on the ship via tender. That was the first time I had done like a tendering experience though in a long time. Yes, they definitely go at a slower pace on Sundays. I feel like it's also that there's just not a whole lot of ships here today. I don't think we've had a 3 ship departure here in months. Carnival Corporation owns 10 brands, making the largest cruise company in the world by total ships and total passengers carried. Yeah. Okay, so they still hold that record. I know they shaved off a lot of their older ships for a while there. I kind of figured though, because I think the next biggest is maybe Royal question mark, but they only have those 3 brands. Yeah, Sky is gone, Seashore's in dry dock, Fantasy's on every other Sunday. So yeah, just a slow week. Top 5 cruise companies by total passenger capacity: Royal Caribbean Group, 100,000 or 124,000. MSC 108,000, Carnival 93,000, or Carnival Corporation at least. That's crazy. Wow, that's a lot. JDG Jet, what's going on? No worries, you're just in time for Star. She's dropping lines. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good Easter. Where you work here at Myrtle Beach, got some coworkers that go on cruises. One of them is going on Carnival sometime in June. Oh, cool. Nice. That's fun. Port fees, insurance, and shoreside admin accounting for 13 or 14% total. Wow. I thought it was going to be fuel. Fuel is probably another big chunk of it, though. Food has to be up there too. Yeah, exactly. There's so many like different things that go into the operating expenses of these. Yeah, exactly. Almost $1 million per cruise sometimes, depending on what it is. Should NCL have ordered 2 more Prima Ultra ships after Aqua launched? I don't know. I think it's good to diversify and keep, doing something new.
Okay, we'll see in about 25 minutes.
Oop, oop, okay.
That's good. If you would just give a shout when you're clear and the wire's down. Thanks.
Darn it. Fleet size, Royal Caribbean has 29 ships, MSC fleet size 24, Carnival with 29, NCL with 20. NCL with 20 is crazy. It's like not a whole lot. Star of the Seas sailing a 7-night cruise, Coco Cay, St. Thomas, St. Martin, and returning next Sunday. Remaining cruise ships are the Norwegian Prima at 6, Vision at 9. Princess was 17. Wow, Princess has 17. That's crazy. It's actually a lot, I feel like, for Princess. Can't wait for Aqua next year. Oh, she's going to be awesome to have here. I can't wait to have Aqua back here. Is she off the dock? 6 weeks, you'll be toasting from the pool deck. Old-fashioned with a Goombay smash, depending on the mood. Let's go on Star. Nice. Have a great cruise. 432 Star OTS. Yes, looks like she is off the dock. Finally heading out. There we go. Zoom in just a little bit more for her. Star is pushing off. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Princess has a pretty old fleet. Disappointed you won't be able to catch Norwegian Joy. Oh, I know. She was great to have here. I'm kind of bummed she's here on Fridays, which is kind of lame because we don't really get to see her here on the weekends anymore. But she was great to have here in Canaveral. Yeah, very old fleet for both Holland America and for Princess. Alrighty, here we go. Star of the Seas heading out. Bound for Coco Cay on a 7-night cruise to the Eastern Caribbean. Stop lagging. There we go. That's crazy that AIDA actually is, out of all of them, they're the ones that have new builds on the books. I never really thought of them as like a major contender, but yeah, I guess they're huge in Europe.
Princess inbound at the jetties. Hey, good afternoon, Walt. Let's go port to port. We're going to favor the green side a little bit. Hey, roger that. Port to port, Cap. You have a good afternoon. Hey, you too. Happy Easter. Hey, you as well, Cap.
You're on the Star? Awesome. Have a great cruise. Do you know how the cabins are at JD Park? I've never stayed in one. I hear they're nice, but I've never stayed in one. Yeah, Joy left early that day, yeah. I came out super early that day just to make sure I could see the Joy come out. Eh. Two firm, two options. P&O's ships will be same platform. Oh, cool. Your brother's on that cruise? Top deck. Oh, awesome. I'll see if we can catch him come by. Yeah, I usually like double and triple check the port schedules before a day or two ahead of time just to make sure I don't miss anything. Especially on a reposition one like that, you just never know. Yes, infrastructure is going to end up being a big push soon. Oh, it was when Oasis came out, and I think now that everything's caught up, but at the same time now we're kind of still running into the issue where everything is good enough for the Oasis class, but what comes after that? The Icon class dimensionally are really similar, lengthwise at least, to the Oasis class. So, they kind of have to, if things start getting even longer, I mean, even Meyer Turku that's building these Icon class ships, there's only a few feet on both sides of the ships. On the front and the back of the ship, there's only a few feet of clearance inside that dry dock. Like, they've got to, if they're going to build anything bigger than that, they've got to expand. Going to the dome? Okay, cool. Do a live on Icon of the Seas, either arrive at Miami or sail away. We've done it before. We don't get to Miami very often, but we'll try to do it. I've been wanting to do a Miami trip soon, so possibly. I'll be seeing her next week when I'm on board Norwegian Luna. So maybe, depending on what time I decide to go live next weekend while I'm on board, we might be able to get some good footage of Icon, perhaps. But we'll do Icon or Miami trips sometimes to go see Icon and World America. I haven't had a chance to go see that video, no. That's true, yeah. Royal does have their own private infrastructure, yeah, for a lot of their new areas like Coco and their new beach clubs and stuff like that. They've got their own little bit of infrastructure there to kind of accommodate for their ships, but yeah, it is crazy. Infrastructure is going to be a big investment though for a lot of cruise lines though, and a lot of ports as well. OMP, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Oh, geez. Yeah, I'll have to check it out later on tonight. Don't leak the icon successor. Exactly. Yeah. I feel like if they're gonna build, I mean, they have to eventually, right? They will eventually. They're cooking up something, but you know, if they go any bigger than icon, then obviously like we've got to expand it because if there's only 2 feet of clearance on each side, then you know they got to do something now. Try to be at Canaveral for the Festival Maiden. Yeah, I'll definitely try to be here for that for sure. Most likely. Unless I'm just like on a cruise, usually I'm here for most of the big arrival type of ones. I'll usually catch them, yeah, unless I'm on a cruise or on the ship that's coming in. I don't know if it's necessarily outdated in Nassau. They've done a lot of port renovations there, which make it nice, but at the same time, I think it's very repetitive.
Sheriff's boat. Hey, just making sure you got eyes on that kayaker up there, just east of the boat ramp. Just keep an eye on him for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see him. I'm gonna run on up. All right, thank you. Yeah, just if he gets further to the south, he'll be fine.
that kayaker is literally sitting right in the middle of the channel. Not having to attract. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think the Royal Beach Club is definitely a good thing in that regard. You know, having something similar to that or like that. All right, here she comes, Star of the Seas, the world's largest cruise ship, heading out. "12 horns to move the kayak." That would be crazy. That would be pretty crazy. Here we go. Alrighty. Oh, there's a horn. She's got such a quiet horn. Alrighty, I'll catch up on the chat here momentarily. Hope you guys are enjoying the footage of Star of the Seas coming by, though. I'll catch up with you guys here momentarily. Focus, there we go. Welcome in, everybody that's just now joining in. Hope you guys are enjoying Startastic. Hi, Dimitri, what's up? Are you excited for Luna next week? That would be Lunatastic. Focus, SpongeBob. Closest hotel to the port for families? I think there's a Holiday Inn Express nearby that's pretty popular. That guy definitely has a better horn, I agree. Let's see. There we go. There we go. We go live when Legend of the Seas comes through for Florida first time in November, most likely. Most likely. I definitely want to. We'll be sailing on her shortly after she arrives as well, but we'll try to be there for one of the first arrivals. Ah.
this little contraption?
It's a live stream for YouTube.
Ah,
Yeah, I do all the ships coming out.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like on a vlog or something?
Kind of. Yeah. It's just like broadcasting the sailways out to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how do we find you?
It's just my first and last name. It's Brandon Barker.
Brandon Barker.
Yeah.
B-A-R?
Yes, B-A-R, like a dog.
Perfect. I'll remember now, thanks.
Yeah.
Probably not the first thing about that. Are you from this area then?
Yeah, I'm in the Orlando area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how often do you come?
Every weekend, pretty much. Yeah. Work throughout the week, and then I come here on the weekends.
Uh-huh. What's
Yeah.
your job?
I'm a financial analyst.
Okay.
Yeah.
So totally different.
Totally different.
Unrelated.
Right.
I was thinking like marketing.
No.
Or, yeah.
No.
I know. I said we should look it up.
Alrighty. Let's see. Just watching a blog on here. Hero of the Seas set to do an inaugural August 27th. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm wanting to do Heroes inaugural. I just haven't booked it yet, but I want to go. Your goal is to travel from Sweden to Florida in November, hopefully to see the Legend of the Seas arrive. Got your first job, so got some months to save up. Oh, there you go. That's awesome. Bald Eagle, what's going on? Welcome in. Star is very tall in person, yes.
So when does the pilot get off?
It's about a couple miles south of here. They'll hook to the right, and it's probably about a mile or two out.
Okay. Is there a narrow channel through?
Mm,
They're not real.
it's not too narrow, but there's probably enough for two ships to go through. But they definitely don't do it.
Yeah, right?
All right.
I can see another buoy out there.
All right.
Yeah, they'll go out. They'll go out a good ways with the buoys.
The pilot ship is great.
All right, let's spin over to Prima. Yeah, there's still a good bit of time until the next one.
Any inbound?
Not today. Sometime on Tuesdays, the ones out of New York will stop here, just like it's like a port stop. So those will come in usually around noon or 1 o'clock or so in the afternoon. Yes, there are a lot of hotels around here. I think the Holiday Inn Express seems to be the most popular one, or the most frequently used one, but there's a lot in the area for sure. I do want to book it. I can't. Well, I can, but I just won't at the moment. It depends on if my mom is listening to this stream, whether or not I see it. What's up?
We follow you.
Oh, awesome.
Say hi.
Nice to meet you. Have a good one. You're in Melbourne for work. It's fun to watch the ships go by from the hotel balcony. Oh yeah, oh that's right. Yeah, sometimes in Melbourne they'll come by. Whenever my parents used to live in the Vero Beach area, which is about a about a mile south of the port, or about not a mile, an hour south of the port. And sometimes like if you actually went out to the beach, like there was once or twice where I went down and stayed with them like for the full weekend, and we could actually, like, I watched the Disney Fantasy leave or the Disney Treasure leave, and then I drove down to their place and you could see it from the beach going by again, which is really cool. Right, if Star is your first cruise, prepare to be spoiled. It's kind of like how I used to think when it was just Oasis and Allure out. This was, 10 plus years ago now at this point, but when Oasis and Allure were like the two big ones in the industry still, but this was pre-Harmony, but it was always like, oh man, like going on those like is amazing for your first cruise, but you're definitely gonna be spoiled because like there's just nothing else that compares to those two. Now you have a lot more options, but it is crazy to think about. These Icon class ships would definitely spoil you. Norwegian Luna and Star of the Seas have similar bow. Yes, they do have that flat parabolic bow design on them. That's a big trend in the cruise industry, I feel like, was with those. I wouldn't be surprised to see it on the new Frontiers ships from MSC. I know they're already using it on the World class as those flat bows and parabolic bows. I wouldn't, to my knowledge, Project Ace, I've seen renders with and without the parabolic bow, so we'll see what happens with Project Ace. I'm assuming Norwegian will probably do it again with their big ships coming up soon as well. Yes, the parabolic bow. Star of the Seas, then to do Yacht Club, MSC after that. That's true, yes, that is very true. Yacht Club is definitely spoiling for sure too. All right, little over an hour now until our next sail away here for the Norwegian Prima. Helps longitudinal stability and better performance. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought they were a little bit more efficient, which is nice. Yeah, plus it looks cool. It's like the old, honestly, like, it's weird that they went from, because I know for like the old ocean liners always had the flat bow in the front, and then we kind of went to like the normal, what we normally see now, and then now we're back to the parabolic bow. Book Margaritaville at sea. That is that second cruise. That a Victory Casino. That would be crazy. Andre, welcome back. You just missed. You caught Venezia, but you just missed the Star. But the Prima is heading out in about an hour or so. Could almost relocate Gators, get some food, and stream it. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. This time I know how to get it to kind of keep going, but I think they'd also probably kick me out of their parking lot for streaming out there. That's a smart idea though. Going a little adventure. Yeah, I think Aida Prima was one of the first ships to have that bow design, which is crazy that of all things had it. While we eat. Cruising Chris, what's going on? Hey. How's it going? I missed you while you were out here that one time. We had the wedding that one weekend, and then the weekend after when you got off, my family was in town. But good to see you, Older ocean liners mainly had racked or vertical flared bow. Okay, so it was like flat, but definitely a lot different. Not quite the parabolic that we see these days. Take the kid along. Talk them out of kicking you out. Oh, I'm sure he could. Funny kid. Family is important. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You're here. The next one I hear is what, Harmony? Is that right? I had to put a towel over my shifter in the car. Brand the H pattern into my palm when I go to start this thing later. Yes, Harmony, but it's a Wednesday. Oh, okay, okay. Cheapest and most expensive cruise so far. I think my cheapest cruise, my cheapest cruise by far was the MSCC Shore. I sailed on that it was $190 a piece. That was the cheapest I've ever cruised for, and that was a 3-night cruise. My most expensive that I've paid for throughout the years in my youth, my parents were very generous. But now that I'm an adult, I pay for my own cruises and all that. The most I've personally paid for myself, I think, was probably, it might be that 4-night on Star of the Seas for the maiden voyage. Or actually, no, the cheapest I've actually gone, well, I don't know, does a free cruise count? I got one of those where it was a standby cruise to where, if there was availability the day of the cruise and somebody just didn't show up, then I got to take their place and only pay taxes. I've done that. Icon was, yeah, Icon as well. All right. This time next week, we're gonna be out at sea. Out at sea on board the brand new Norwegian Luna. This time next week. Cannot wait. This is gonna be such a slow week. Actually, you know what? I think Luna might be the most expensive one. Actually, now that I think about it, Luna was definitely a lot more expensive than the Maiden on Star of the Seas. Actually, yes, Luna was the most expensive by a long shot. Now that I'm thinking about it. NCL is not on the move. She'll be heading out in a little bit under an hour now. Do I typically buy travel insurance? I do as I say, not as I do. I typically don't, but it's definitely good to have. Do as I say, not as I do. Especially if you're only cruising like once or twice a year. It's probably better to have it than to not have it, especially if something happens. Oh, this little lizard is carrying around a little baby in its mouth. What is the first fun thing you will do when you get on Luna next week? Find the closest bar. No, no. I think we'll probably head straight up to the buffet, grab ourselves some food, and just kind of explore the ship. I want to try out, what is it, the moon course. There's some sort of new attraction on board Luna that's not on Aqua. No, he's on like Justin. It sounded like Justin there. No, probably grab some food, check out the new attraction. I don't know if I'm gonna do the aqua coaster or the Luna coaster, whatever they call it on this one, if it's aqua or Luna coaster. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that the first day I get on, just because I want to like kind of space it out. But I do want to do that a couple times. You know what? That would be crazy if they let me take like my phone through to like live stream, and we'll do it. If they let me take my phone, I'll stream myself going through the slide coaster. We'll do it. Any experience with virtual balconies, interior rooms with TV window versus outside? I personally do not, but a good friend of mine had one on Harmony of the Seas a couple years ago. He said it was really cool. You know, not quite the same as a regular balcony, but it is a kind of a neat thing, you know, especially if you're offering a inside cabin, but getting something like that. But I personally don't have an experience of it, or with one. They seem really neat though. I would definitely try one if I was ever given the opportunity. Moon Climber, that's what it is. Moon Climber. It was Moon something. I knew that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That actually looks pretty fun. He'll be doing it. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, honestly, if they let me take my phone in there and everything like that, try to take the stream in. That would be sweet. I'll take you guys along with me on the aqua coaster. That'd be sweet. Ropes course meets climbing gym. Oh, we will absolutely be doing that. Dimitri, you'll be doing the Moon Climber with me. You and Caleb. Still called Aqua Coaster. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if they called it the Aqua Coaster because it was aqua or because it was a waterside coaster, but I didn't know if it was going to be Luna Coaster. But Aqua Coaster makes sense. Drops the phone first 5 seconds. That would be awful. It would be cool if a new mega ship incorporated a cruise ship simulator. That would be honestly like for the cruise nerd like me. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. So I want to see a Universal cruise ship. That would be really cool to see if they ever actually did it. I bet you they partner with somebody first, but it would be really sweet to actually see like a Universal cruise ship. Planning on catching the Celebration of Elton John show. Reviews have been very good. I definitely will. I might as well for 7 days on board. I might as well try it out. Um, I had seen something. Are they charging to see that show? I thought I had seen. If it's like $10, like who cares about $10? But like, I thought I had seen something about them charging, but like maybe they'll give you like a free drink or something like that. But Star of the Season Tampa. Yeah, that would be an awesome simulation. But yeah, it seems like a cool show though. I'd definitely give it a try. Especially if it's free. It's included. Okay, if it's included, then absolutely. I thought I had seen something about it because I know there's something. I had heard something was similar to how MSC did it on Grandiosa. There was like the Michael Jackson experience, I think, or like whatever Cirque du Soleil type of show was in the back of the ship was charged, but they gave you like a free drink. So it was like, all right, so it's free, but it's not free. Different Cirque type show. Okay, interesting. Ooh, a turtle. Come here, turtle. Take a picture. IMAX theater. Actually, the Carnival Vista did that. I don't know if it's still there or not, or if they got rid of it. But Carnival Vista and Horizon have or had IMAX theaters when they came out. Oh, okay, Luna or Norwegian is charging for Lunatique. That's what it is. $45. Ay. Especially cocktails, souvenir glasses. Okay, man. Nah. Okay, I could see that, I guess. Interesting that they're charging for something like that. Interesting. It seems like an interesting show. I don't even know what it's about, but I've seen like pictures of it and it looks cool. It was there when you were on it last year. Okay. Yeah, I know they removed it on Panorama, or they did something else on Panorama. But I had heard something about they were looking into taking out the IMAX theater. I mean, it sounds like they haven't, but I know they had thought about it. Alrighty, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. No worries, the microphone will stay here. But I will be right back. I'll be in the chat though, in case you guys say anything, but be right back. All right, we are back. Welcome back. Let's see. Chris, 4 months membership. All right. Thank you so much for being a member, Chris. Thank you thank you so much for your support on the channel. I really appreciate it. Yes, Vision's out of Baltimore. She's here for a port stop. That's why she's so late. Let's see. Stream. Probably no gaming stream tonight. Probably. Maybe tomorrow. City to Jet with the super chat. Thank you so much for the the 199. Thank you so much. You rock for those super chats, man. I appreciate it. Close to booking a 9-night Southern Caribbean on Sky Princess. Can't get off from you job. That stinks. That's like that's the worst feeling. I was like, darn it, I can't get off of work for that. Seems like I'm not inclined to cruise on Celebrity. That's not necessarily. I'd actually like to cruise on Celebrity. I have not been on a Celebrity cruise since the Celebrity Zenith. Shout out to you if you even remember that ship. But that was the last time I had been on a Celebrity cruise. I think that was like maybe 2007. But it just hasn't happened since. But I would like to. I'd love to try these new Edge class ships. They look really, really cool. I had been offered a tour of the Celebrity Apex, but I was unfortunately at a wedding that day of the tour, so I didn't get to do it. But I would love to try out these new Edge class ships. Go get some chilies. Yes, sir. I definitely remember Zenith. Nice. That was a cool one. Yeah, that one was, she was an oldie. She was an oldie when I went on it. Said I had to get off more. Unfortunately, I got bills to pay. I can't just ditch work. Celebrity would have to be a non-kid cruise for us. No water parks, and their kid club looks pretty sparse. So he's yeah, Celebrity's very, they're not like formal, but they're definitely a little bit more, suit and tie to dinner type of cruise line, essentially. I'm fixing that I can't get off of work thing by retiring. I think my 401k was showing I have about 37 years to go until I can retire. So I cried a little bit the other day when I saw that. I can retire at 30, right? If I didn't go on so many cruises, maybe. Six, but yes, she is Dr. Six. So essentially what they're doing is that the weeks or the days that there's nothing at cruise terminal number 6, but there's a ship at 5, they're moving it over to 6, where Prima is right now, so they can do renovations to terminal 5. Oh, sorry to hear that. It's nice to be retired at 47, though. Looking at the kitchen window and it's snowing. Time to book the last minute cruise. Yes. Yeah, don't look at the 401k thing now. You'll turn the stuff. Yeah. Yeah, ruining the retirement plans. Yeah, Virgin, I feel like Virgin probably is the bottom of my list of ones that I would go on, just because I think there's so many other options, I think. But Virgin Voyages seems really nice, actually. When I toured Brilliant Lady a couple months ago, and fantastic ship. They're very nice. A little on the small side, but as expected. But Virgin Voyages is actually really nice. I liked it a lot. Next cruise is Getaway in 5 days, Vision in 66 days, Holland America Zuiderdam in 90, 105 to Star Princess, 246 to Reflection, and 262 till Harmony. Nice. I got a good lineup this year, man. Any plans to sail from Canaveral? Not at this time. I feel like when they're here in Florida, they're gonna stick, because there's only 4 of them as well. But when they're here in Florida, they're gonna stick to where they have the purpose-built terminal in Miami. Plus, there's so many ships here. We're pretty much at capacity. It's hard to fit anything else here into Canaveral at the moment. So even Margaritaville actually inquired about putting a ship here, and Canaveral told them, no thanks. But I'm assuming probably the same for Virgin. There's just too many ships here right now, and they can't keep up with the capacity. Cruise and Chris, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Just because, hey, it's cruise week for both of us, man. That's a good reason. It's cruise week, man. I'm actually booked on Getaway. I'm very excited to go on it again. That'll be my 3rd time on Getaway. I'm sailing on her in January. But I hope you have a great cruise, though. It is cruise week for both of us. JD Jet, oh, another super chat. Thank you so much. Just because Brandon became my friend, we are friends. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. You guys rock with these super chats, and all the members as well. All you members are amazing. Yeah, it didn't show anything coming this direction on the radar when I checked it earlier. For some people, celebrity is suit and tie. For me, it's Hawaiian shirt and shorts. Yes, you are that guy. Absolutely. It's good being that guy. When you're in a suit and tie event and you're the guy wearing a Hawaiian shirt, you're the guy to be around. I want to be that guy. Drop a 3-piece. Like a triple dipper type of 3-piece. I'm talking about. Who's this wrong number to my wrong? Canaveral's like, dude, we want like the big ships here. That's essentially what they told me. We want the big ships here. In the main dining room, Hawaiian. I'm surprised they allow shorts in dining room on Celebrity, actually. Norwegian got rid of that. They're like, no shorts. 3-piece. Oh, there we go with another super chat. Thank you so much. Oh, that's the 3-piece we're talking about. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. You're awesome. Retirement plan so far: June 26th, Star of the Seas. September 26th, Luna. November, Odyssey looks awesome. I want to go on Odyssey so bad. They need to put, the moment Royal announces a Quantum class is coming back to Florida, I'm going to book it. You can quote me on that. I'm going to book it. As soon as they put, I mean, if you want, the super chats are never required. They're very much appreciated. But I really appreciate it, buddy. Usually the old people that dress up. If you spend your whole week in a suit, normally you don't want to wear that on a vacation. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to wear a suit my whole vacation either. Like, honestly, sometimes like dressing up in a suit is always really fun. Like, it's cool, like one night throughout the cruise. Ooh, Encore to Panama Canal is really cool too. Yeah, you can clip that about me wanting to do a quantum class out of Florida though. I will book it. But they won't put one here. Darn it. Jaco, welcome to the Platinum membership. Thank you so much for joining. One more. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Dante. You rock with all these super chats. I really appreciate it. Pants and a polo. That's usually my vibe. Usually I'm wearing a polo shirt and some slacks or some khakis. That's my vibe for dinner. Even like in the specialty restaurants. Like that's what I'm gonna do on Luna as well. Yeah, I normally never. I couldn't tell you the last time I brought a suit onto a cruise. Actually, when I went to the wedding a couple weeks ago for Justin. I was actually surprised my suit still fit because it had been so long. Full-time member now. I appreciate it, man. You're awesome. Are they building another? They are planning to build another terminal here in Port Canaveral. It's going to be down where Gators, the restaurant, kind of by Terminal 10 where the Vision is, but on the other side of the channel, I guess. They're planning to build one right there. I think right now what they're doing is they're waiting for the lease to expire, or it just recently expired on the boat marina that's right there. But that boat marina that's adjacent to Terminal 10 and over by Gators Dockside restaurant, that's where they're planning on putting it. Supposedly a 2028, possibly 29 opening, perhaps. I haven't heard anything on it in a long time though, so we'll see. Sailing in Utopia was a crew singing Washi Washi at the entrance. Oh, it's so much fun when they do that. Same with Icon and Star. They've all, I think most Royal Caribbean ships, they all have somebody doing the Washi Washi. It's so much fun. Terminal 4 is 2020. Yes, I believe so. And it would be lining up time-wise with Project Ace. You're correct on that. That'd be really cool. Is that approved by the state? Because the state finds space stuff more interesting. So yes, this one's been approved. It was the one that was down by terminal number 5 that was across from it. That one was blocked by the state. That one actually should be online already. Had it not been blocked by the state, it would have been online for Joy to sail. We would have had 7 ship Saturdays here this year had the state not blocked it. The Joy was set to use it. Just remembered after you mentioned the main dining room set on Seashore, they weren't going to let your mom and brother eat with you. Oh, really? That's crazy. Yeah, I know it was like that when I was on Norwegian Star. There was a family checking into Cagney's right behind us, and they turned them away. Which, especially for the steakhouse, wouldn't be surprised. Hold my beer. I'm on NCL next week. Hawaiian shirt and shorts. Here we come, Cag. Oh, dude. Let me know if that works, dude. That'd be awesome. I feel like Hawaiian shirt with the shorts. If I was the person checking in, I'd let it pass. I'd let it pass. I'm so excited for Luna though. That'll be my first like actual cruise on a Prima class. Oh, here comes the SS Photobomb coming into the view here. Do you guys want to see that? Let's let's take a look at the rust bucket. Hold on. Give us something besides beep beep. The SS rust bucket. We're on Prima May 10th. Treated ourselves to stay in the Haven. Ooh, that's cool. Everybody say hi to the people in the casino. Nah. They tried to up the dress code for specialty restaurants and got so much flack, so they quickly backtracked and said, never mind. Yeah, I could see it. There it is. The rust bucket. You know, the funny thing is, we could easily fit another new terminal here in Port Canaveral if they kicked them out. If they kicked out this little rust bucket here of a casino ship, they would have enough room for another new terminal, but they won't do it. It still floats. See how they... They're all probably depressed. There's probably people jumping off the back and everything because they just lost their house. They bet the house on black and they lost it. Somehow it'll manage to somehow almost hit Prima, I'm sure. Absolutely. That'll happen. Biggest challenge would be Holland for dress code. Oh, yeah, I feel like they're very strict. Cunard. I would give somebody $5 if they go on Cunard and try to go in with like basketball shorts on. I would give you $5. Preliminary planning for a new Terminal 2 is okay, so maybe they are planning to kick them out. I hope so. Just don't try to test the dress code thing by wearing a... Thankfully... Oh my God. I outgrew mine, so no worries on that. I had to get a new bathing suit. Holland loosened up. Oh, okay. That's nice. Paradise is the most luxurious ship ever built compared to that. Yeah, for real though. Nope, here it comes again. Merp, merp. Let's see which way I have to go home today. That'll determine if I go to Chili's or PDQ. We're going to Chili's tonight, boys. My eyes. Chris, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. You made the casino cruise self-conscious. It wants to be off camera. They're gonna pop a Yui right in front of the camera too. When I was so it was a really long line to get into Jetty today. So somebody behind me went around and like busted a U-turn to kind of like go out and just like leave. They smoked the curb when they tried to pull that U-turn. I died laughing. It was so bad. They hit it hard. They smoked the curb with that car. It was so bad. That poor little Kia. It probably got a bent wheel. Better than driving Victory. They just make a hard right into the ships is what they do. The slander for Victory 1 is amazing today. That's like my, what was it, the Embarkation Day video from Grandioso, where it was just constant shade thrown at the Carnival Freedom, like all video. Coming back pro God Victory Casino, look at the people sailing away happy. They're probably like, I picked the wrong ship. Cast off without pulling in. Oh my gosh, yes, that was so crazy. Yeah, when we sailed on Venezia last year, Victory Casino was pushing off and they hadn't even pulled in the lines yet. They were just dragging through the water. It does not look better the second time it comes by the camera. I bet you the operator for that thing is probably sitting in the chat right now going, what the heck? I'm going, really, guys? Kia basically launched, like, basically, yes. The slander is hilarious today. I love it. It's so funny. Do you win the boat? You might as well. You become the new owner. I had seen something. Somebody posted on Facebook, or not Facebook, maybe Instagram or something like that recently. It was the Victory Casino. They're like, oh, so and so won 10 grand today. I'm like, wow, people actually win on that. You get to take home a shiny $10 bill. Definitely penny slots. See, you know what? We're betting it all. We're betting the whole shebang on black on Luna next week. How about that? If I'm walking to Jetty Park from now on, you know what happened. I might take a couple bucks to the casino on Luna. I normally don't do a whole lot in the casinos. I'll maybe go for like 20 bucks or something like that at the most sometimes. Maybe I'll go for a little bit. Maybe I'll win a free cruise. Slot machines are more predictable than the stock market these days, that's for sure. No better on pass 3. Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna get handed a defamation suit later on. The over-under on whether or not the boat returns above water. The odds of it running into another ship here. Still nothing from Prima. Well, that's upsetting. Did Chase leave? Oh, I didn't think he left yet. If there's a thumbs down on this stream, it was from Victory Casino. No way Prima's moving. No way. Hold on. Really? It is moving. Hold on. What the heck? It is moving. It's just starting to push off. Sweet. You've got a lot better eyes than I do, man. I put a towel over my shift knob so it doesn't brand my hand when I get into the car later, and it's still hot, even being under a towel all day. Wesley Snipes always says bad on black. Yeah. It's only $25 for one of their cruises. Just imagine using it to ship spot. That would be the dumb type of stuff I would do. I'd be sitting out on it all day, waiting for the ships to come out. I'd probably hit Utopia or something like that if I did it. It's good content. Early Chili's, yes sir. Well, ladies and gents, the next time we're going live here on this channel, we're going to be on board the Norwegian Luna. Literally cannot wait. This is going to be the longest week waiting for everything to go by. I'm starting to get a little hungry too. What time are we going live? I'm not too sure yet. I don't know. I'm gonna try to see if we can go for the sailways. That would be sweet. I typically stream from my phone is kind of the issue with that. And I do a lot of filming from my phone as well, so I wouldn't be able to do like my actual filming or anything like that. But perhaps sailways. If not, we'll go live like throughout the first night or something. But we're gonna try to do at least one a day. Speaking of casinos, have you tried your luck at any previous? I do occasionally. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. If I'm usually down more than like $20, usually I give up. I actually won. I won about $150 on Utopia, but I lost it all, so I came back even. Zach Hampel, the greatest thing that happened to professional sports. That kid would level a kid, or that guy would level a kid for a baseball, I swear. Come on. Stop buffering. Come on. Come on. man. There we go. Yeah, as far as Luna streams, just stay tuned on that. I'll try to see if I can. I'll try to be as consistent as I can. We'll see. We'll see how frequently we go, but at least once a day. And I'll try to have some sort of stream set up at least an hour or two ahead of time. But as far as like next Saturday, probably expect if it's sometime in the afternoon or that evening. Flex tape would not fix that vessel. The fact that both of you said something about flex tape at the same time is awesome. Hooray! Prima's actually off the dock a couple minutes early. I love it. There we go. Victory 1 or Emmaus Paradise? Ooh, that's a good question. I will say, Margaritaville Paradise, they seem to have done a lot of upgrades to it and a lot of updates, and it seems like they actually did a really good job with it. And she looks good for what it was, for sure. I'm never getting invited to something from Margaritaville. I guarantee it. I would try them. I don't know about Paradise, but I'd try Islander. I'd do Beachcomber if they for the right price, or if they were offering it up. I would like to try it. Ah, my chair. The wind's kind of picking up. I like how they didn't say anything as they were coming off the dock. High gratuities on... Really? I didn't know that about Margaritaville. Consider Islander a beachcomber. Yeah. Here comes that vessel. Now, I think, honestly, like, if being completely honest here, especially coming off of Paradise, or, you know, like, making their way from the Paradise to the Islander, they seem to have done a very good job with Islander. I will be completely honest with that. I see a lot of fantastic reviews about Islander, especially in comparison to Paradise. So it seems like I do think Margaritaville's taking steps in the right direction. I think their biggest downside right now is the fact they're limited to purchasing 20-plus-year-old cruise ships, 30-year-old cruise ships, which have their flaws. But we'll see. Challenge would be if any NCL departure sails past your location before 6 p.m. Yeah, right. Next Saturday, we need to flip over to the Port Miami live cam to watch your sail away. Where should we look at you wave? I would say, I think we're probably gonna be down on Ocean Boulevard, that little deck outside, down low, I think on deck number 8 maybe. But yeah, check the cruise spotter. He's a good friend of mine. The cruise spotter is one of the people that have the webcams from their apartment there in Miami. I'd have to look it up later on to see if we're going to be port side or not, but I'm assuming we're going to be starboard side as normal. The bridge would be sweet. Yeah. Most likely Ocean Boulevard. I think that was the place of choice for Dimitri when he was on Aqua a few weeks ago, and he'll be sailing with me as well. So he kind of knows the spots around the Luna, kind of. But probably Ocean Boulevard, I think, is probably going to be my place. Yes, this is Norwegian Prima. Oh, it does not feel real that I'm going on Norwegian Luna next week. Less than a week. Less than a week. I think this is my most anticipated ship of the year, I think. This or World America, perhaps Harmony, but Harmony I'm excited for because it's like my last Oasis class that I have not been on to like check off my list. Like they're all good this year. I think all the ships that I've been on this year are really good. But this one for sure, Luna, I think being one of the first people on it is just really cool. This is how the panoramic suites come out. I am too. Have I shown you so I've seen the render. I think it looks better than Oasis and Allure. Still not a fan of it. I don't like that they do it, but it looks better than Oasis and Allure, so we're in the right direction here. I think it looks fine on Utopia just because it's kind of more natural because it came like that in the first place. But yeah. Eventually, I think Wonder, I'm assuming they're going to do it on Wonder too, but at some point, I think Wonder might be the last one to get the double bridge with those panoramic suites. Yeah, possibly, Jeff. Possibly. Possibly. Yes, we are going to the moon. Welcome everybody that's just now tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. We got the Norwegian, I almost said Luna. We were talking about the Luna here because I'm going on it soon, but we're talking, this is the Norwegian Prima heading out to sea. She's our final departure of the day. We've got the Vision of the Seas there in the background as well. She leaves at 9 p.m. We will not be staying for that, but it's our final departure for the day. Hope you guys are enjoying. Be sure to leave a like on the stream down below. Lets me know that you guys are having a good time and enjoying the stream here. And be sure to subscribe as well. We do this every single weekend, and we're going to be doing streams every single day starting next Saturday for the Norwegian Luna. While we're on board. Hello there. I'll be on Prima end of the month. Super excited. Oh, awesome. Have a great time. I have a ship tour. If you want to get a first look at the ship or a kind of quick look at the ship, I do have a ship tour of Norwegian Prima from back in November. My channel has a little playlist of ship tours, and Prima is towards the top. She was one of my more recent ones, but I hope you have a great time. It looks like a very, very pretty ship. Yes, she was at 6 p.m. She's just a few minutes early today. Just a couple minutes early, which is always much appreciated for sure. Yeah. There we go. Hello, hello. Welcome in, Pablo. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. From Argentina. Thank you for joining. Hello. Is it actually confirmed that Tampa is putting a 4th terminal? I think so. I don't know where they're putting it, but I think so. It's going to be a while until it's done, though. Best of luck on the Luna cruise. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to kind of sharing my experiences on the Luna and just kind of experiencing a new ship again. I'm very fortunate enough to be kind of in the position that I'm in and being able to like make the content, make the videos and stuff like that, and share my thoughts and kind of get to experience new ships and going on brand new ships like Star of the Seas last year for the maiden voyage, you know, going on the maiden voyage for World Atlantic next year, you know, Norwegian Aura next year, Luna, you know, all these incredible brand new ships, even Legend of the Seas later this year as well. I'm very fortunate to kind of be in this position to where I am able to do that and go on a lot of these amazing ships very early on and kind of provide insights and provide my feedback to you guys. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm very excited. Behind Terminal 6? Oh, the highway? The highway's back there. But yep, Norwegian Luna. And then just a little bit over a month from now, too, is the MSCC side. MSCC side, then Harmony of the Seas, fresh out of dry dock in August. World America in September and Legend in November. Then next year is Getaway in January, Escape in April, Aura in June, and then World Atlantic in November. I wish I had that many. Yeah, my wallet says otherwise, but yes. It's definitely fun. It's not fun for the wallet, for sure. Got the Chili's app running here. Order myself some food to pick it up on the way home. There it is. There we go. Oh, I don't know my Chili's password. Free chips and salsa. Hello. Luna is staying in Miami, yes. I think she's going up to New York. She's going up to New York at some point. Get the dippers. She's going up to New York at some point. But I know for like her first summer season and I think into the winter season, I think she's going to be in Miami. It might be next summer she goes up to New York. I think she's going to be a really good ship for New York, actually. Through March 27th. Okay, I think she may move up to New York around that time. Summer 27th. Okay, very nice, very nice. You got it about right. Or will be coming to take her place in Miami. Yes, I think so, actually. I think you're right. She is moving to San Juan later this year, actually. All right, there we go. All right. Can see Aura staying in Miami for a while. Oh, absolutely. All right. All right. All right. It does look like a very nice ship, yes. She was a very pretty ship whenever I got the chance to tour it. Yeah, of course. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this afternoon. Again, happy Easter to all of you who celebrate. Hope you guys enjoyed this and had a fantastic holiday as well. Let's go get that Chili's, yes. All right. Let it keep going here for a bit. This channel's to have long run, thunder, rain, and recorded a camera from the balcony. So, yeah, it would be really cool. I wish I could do something like that here. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a fantastic week, and we'll see you. We'll let the stream go here for a few more minutes, but I hope to see you guys all on Saturday. Stay tuned on when the stream will happen, but I hope to see you guys on Saturday on board the Norwegian Luna for the live stream then. And again, happy Easter for everybody. Alrighty, let's go. That'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out. Again, happy Easter, everybody. And we will see you next weekend on board the brand new Norwegian Luna. Thank you all so much again. Thank you all to our members. Big shout out to you guys for the support and all the super chats that we received today. Thank you so much. And again, have a great night and have a great week, everybody. See you Saturday.